Americans are beginning to fight back against the left's vaccine enforcers, knocking on their doors and trying to collect their personal information.
Okay, who are you?
Thank you.
Who are you? How did you get in this building? How did you get in this building? Who are you? What are you doing here?
We are looking support for the make an appointment for the vaccine.
You don't have a right to be in this building asking people. It's a violation of people's HIPAA rights.
Okay, get out.
You don't have a right to be here. You get out of this building now. You're violating people's privacy rights. Get out. Get out now.
Good for her as they mumble and shuffle away. The White House calls people like these folks in the yellow vest that happens to be in Los Angeles, a very necessary tool in their arsenal to fight, quote, politicizing the vaccine and stopping big government's, you guessed it, newest enemy, misinformation.
We have to be very careful, and we are mindful of being quite careful of not politicizing the effectiveness of vaccines. We have empowered, engaged, funded local voices because they are often the most trusted voices: doctors, medical experts, clergy, people who are members of civic leaders and communities. That's where we are putting most of our resources.
Okay, they're not politicizing it. We don't know exactly who the White House is funding or empowering, but we do know that some of the, quote, trusted messengers knocking on Americans' doors, they're not doctors, pastors, and leaders. Fauci and friends are making them out to be. In fact, this week we showed you how the trusted messengers in North Carolina who are gathering information and giving out shots at your door were largely Democrat political operatives belonging to groups like Action NC. And we showed a bunch of other groups in other states involved in similar efforts, all left-wing groups, which calls into question, what exactly are they doing with all the data they're collecting? And as it turns out, this is much more widespread than we initially thought. It's not just happening, as we said, in North Carolina. These vaxtivists seem to be targeting swing states. So convenient. Under the guise of protecting the community, they've been spotted in states like Georgia, Florida, Wisconsin, and many others. But don't worry. CNN says this is a nonpartisan effort. Quote, this is a group in Georgia, learned their canvassing skills in the political arena. They've volunteered for years with the Randolph County Democrat Committee. Earlier this year, the group wanted to build on momentum from the 2020 election and launch the program's nonpartisan vaccine effort. From Democrat canvasser to nonpartisan vaccine messenger. What an interesting career path. Let me ask you a question. When has a Democrat operative ever done something out of the kindness of their heart? And who is paying for this? Probably you and me. And why should we believe that this is a movement to protect the community and not a large-scale ground campaign ahead of midterm and presidential elections? Speaking of long-term and large-scope ground campaigns, let's talk to Karl Rove, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff and a Fox News contributor. Karl, each day we learn more and more, whether it's the talking points they have at the door, whether it's the states that they're in, whether it's the causes they otherwise fight for, and they always seem to line up. States that matter, left-wing groups pushing vaccines.
Yeah. This is disturbing. Look, I'm in favor of outreach efforts. We've got to be able to take these life-saving vaccines across the country, but it ought to be done entirely outside of politics, done by doctors and nurses and health education, people drawn from health education programs at colleges and the scouts and service groups and churches and local leaders. It shouldn't be politics. The Action North Carolina is an intensely left-wing, very ideological, and very active political group. Go to their website. It starts with a gigantic call on the readers of the website to demand that Senators Tillis and Burr, both Republicans, support the president, expand government, spend more money. And in fact, in their description of their mission, they say their mission is to grow political power. And yet they are somehow involved, and it's shady. Are we using taxpayer dollars? We're certainly using taxpayer dollars to pay. Yeah, but look, we do know this. We're using taxpayer dollars to pay for the vaccines and the support services. So are we, in essence, subsidizing a political organization in between elections? You mentioned Randolph County, Georgia. Bobby Jenkins, the longtime chair, has got a neighbor-to-neighbor canvassing organization, and that's what is openly doing the work in Randolph County. If you're in the White House and you're attempting to solve this problem, do you really want to pollute it with a big dollop of highly partisan and ideological groups rather than focusing on the mission at hand? And you're also right. Where are these people around in, let's say, Nebraska? Are these people around in, let's say, Rhode Island? Are these people around in New Mexico? Are these people around in say, Oregon? No, you're right. It appears like they're mainly active. In fact, the list I've seen is virtually only states that are swing states, close states from the 2020 election. Somebody in the White House and somebody at the Department of Health and Human Services has to be held to account. Who's making these decisions? Who's allowing politics to enter into something that ought to be as far away from politics as possible?
It's a great point, Karl. It feels like it's a convenient twofer, right? You're doing the COVID vaccine effort and you're gathering data. You would know. Is this kind of data
useful?
The data? Is this useful?
Oh, gosh. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. You go to Randolph County, Georgia, and you stick a needle in the arm, and then you come back a year later and say, now just remember, we from the Randolph County Democrat neighbor-to-neighbor program came by and took care of you, and you need to respond by voting Democrat. Your Action North Carolina, we the progressives, building political power, we're back on your doorstep, reminding you that we were here last year with a life-saving vaccine.
Interesting.
Who has got this data? Where is this data being shared, and why are they allowing expressly political groups to be involved?
How can we get that answer, Karl?
The problem.
How can we get the answer of who's funding it? Or is it too obscured through the ways bureaucracy pay groups and public-private partnerships? And how could we get that answer?
No, look, first of all, if some of these states like Georgia have Republican governors, they ought to be demanding answers, because my gut tells me that they have reached out to state departments of health to be involved in these programs. We need to have members of Congress in all of these battleground states that are having these kind of programs raise questions and demand answers from the Secretary of Health and Human Services and from the White House. Who is in charge of this program? And we also ought to challenge the media, all of the media, to go out there. Imagine what would happen if this were a year ago, and Donald Trump was using the Republican Party organization or the American Conservative Union or Empower America or the Koch brothers Americans for Prosperity to deliver shots, and doing so openly. Look, it's one thing if a bunch of volunteers who've got a political background show up and say, we're going to join the Travis County Medical Association in support of this effort. It's another thing when it is openly and actively political groups.
So true. Can you imagine if Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens were showing up at your door with a bag of needles, and how the media would respond to that? I mean, it's the double standard. It can't even be.
No, it's jaw-dropping.
It's impossible.
It's jaw-dropping.
Karl, you're totally right. I hope they should be asked at the press podium tomorrow as soon as possible where this is coming from. Really appreciate your insight, Karl. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you, Pete.
You got it.